Greetings and welcome everyone to an all-you-can-geek Gamecast. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Hello.
and Tony Korkanakis.
Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome guys, welcome listeners, welcome viewers. We are live right now on Twitch, Tuesday night starting at 8 o'clock. Please join us for these live broadcasts. We love to have you guys chat with us during them, answer some questions. If you can't join us Tuesday nights though, all content is over on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. That way you know when we post and when we go live when we post over there. We post multiple days of the week now. And you can also leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you there. All right. Gamecast. We're starting with Gamecast this week. Usually we start with MovieCast. The reason for that
threw me off.
Yeah, the reason for that is there's a lot. We got a plethora of games. It is a game fest. I will drop that one. Yeah, so we're gonna get into
Not a games fest, just one game fest.
a game fest. But
Full.
yeah. Anyways,
We saw the state of play.
we still have the state of play. We got an Xbox showcase to cover. We got a lot to get into here. So we thought we'd start with
Some little console came out that
Yep,
nobody
we have a
cared
console
about.
we have to talk about very shortly
Yep.
because I want to get into what we've been up to right here. And let's just do it. Let's kick it off, guys. Tony, what have you been up to?
Yeah, so I got my Switch 2. God, it's almost been a week already. GameStop did pretty well at the midnight launch. Thankfully, they did not staple my receipt.
Oh man, yeah.
Okay.
Oof.
So
That was a
it's
big
good to see
ouch.
that 99.9% of the company didn't do that.
Yeah.
But I do got to say, and hopefully I don't think this will be an issue in a couple months once Nintendo gets updates out, like, and it's pre-installed on the Switch. But like, and this is just a thing of modern systems, right? Because I didn't get the PS5 at launch either, so I imagine it was the same thing. But like, connecting your console to the internet to update it and then transfer everything over, it was like probably like an hour to 2 hours in that range
Really?
before I could even actually play a game, just because it was like, okay, we're updating, we're transferring everything. I mean, I'm sure I probably could have skipped the transfer, but like, obviously I wanted to test out a bunch of games.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But yeah, I've been playing my Switch 2. Mario Kart World is awesome. I will say I don't know if it's like for enthusiast people, the gamers. I don't think it's like, a system seller, but like anybody that loves Mario Kart, it's a no-brainer, right? It's probably gonna be a close to 1-to-1 ratio as soon as we get press release from Nintendo. I think so far we have some information from like the parts in Europe, UK, Spain, France, and that's pretty close, right? To Mario Kart, where it's almost 1-to-1. So it's really cool. I do love two of the new modes. One of them is like called Knockout, where it's kind of like you start with 24 racers. That's a big pitch. They increased it from 18 racers to 24. And it's sort of like Mario Kart Battle Royale, where it's you're racing, and every track you have to place in the top X. So like out of 24, I think the first one is 18 or so, where it's like if you don't place within the top 18, you're out. And then it goes down by a couple, and then by a couple more, and then it's literally until it's 1v1, and then you're dueling somebody in a race. So that's pretty fun and cool. The open world is a joy. Like, it really is probably closest to like Forza Horizon. I think the Horizon series is the open world.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy because I don't think you can conceptualize it until you start playing it. Because I didn't. I was like, oh wow, like this is pretty cool because you have your tracks and you have the segments between the tracks that will, carry you to there and stuff. But just driving there and being like, oh, I see something over here in the distance. I wonder if there's anything cool to check out. And it's sort of like, I'm just going to throw like Breath of the Wild, but you could throw any game that has like collectible things or whatever, where you find costumes, you find like these challenges where it's like, hey, it could be as simple as like, grab these 8 blue coins in 10 seconds or something like that, to like some harder ones where it's like, bounce off of this thing, grind on the rails, bounce off the rails, grab the 1 coin, and then bounce back onto the rails for the last coin. It's like, wait, what? Like, and there's no indication of what you're going into. It's just kind of like, hey, it's a blue, like the exclamation mark from Super Mario World, where it's like, it activates a challenge. It's like, well, it could be easy or it could be hard, but kind of like the the shrines in Breath of the Wild and Choose the Game, where it's like, who knows how it's going to be, right? So that's fun. But honestly, like, in addition to that, just playing old Switch games is so good on the Switch 2. Like, because I'm a Nintendo Switch Online member, I tried out Tears of the Kingdom upgrade, and it is just mind-blowing.
Like,
how silky
frame
smooth
rate, yeah,
and how good that looks. I mean, there is like a gorgeous game, but like seeing it in fluid 60 FPS, just like damn, like okay, like it's crazy. It's giving the game a new paint, so to speak. But yeah, so I might go and finish because I didn't 100% the game, but I might dip my toes back in and stuff. And then the other game I was playing recently, Fantasy Life, that got like a $2 update because they have to charge in Japan or something like that.
Yeah.
So they just decided to apply it to America too, right? So I bought that just to see how it was, and that makes that game way more enjoyable. Where it's like night and day because like the loading times are like literally halved right off the bat. So it's just kind of like, damn, okay, this is quality life there. But it's a really fun system. It's not obviously going to blow your mind if you've played a Switch one, where it's like, oh, you can detach the Joy Cons. Oh my god, and play it in tabletop. So, but it is a refined version. It is the sequel. Just like going from the PS2 to I wouldn't say PS2 to PS3, maybe like PS3 to PS4, PS4 to PS5. It's like you know what you're getting. It's great. It's better in every aspect.
Upgraded
but
hardware. Yeah, upgraded hardware.
right, exactly. You're not gonna. Nothing's really mind blowing. The one feature I haven't tried yet is the game chat feature with anybody. But from what I hear, like it's actually kind of enjoyable how you can like gotta sit in a Nintendo Discord with your friends and just play and stream your own games and stuff like that. But it's really cool. Though the one thing I will say is the Joy Cons with the magnet built in. It's super snappy and it's kind of fun to just kind of like hold the buttons and like detach the Joy Cons and like
re-snap them.
you re-snap it. It is so satisfying. I cannot.
Thing. Yeah.
I can't explain why. It just feels fun. I'm just like the one day I was just like boop 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 boop, and I put it to the test.
It's like clicking a pen.
Almost, yes, almost. I even put it to the test. I held it over my couch and a cushion underneath, so ultimate disaster didn't happen. But I really held it by the one Joy-Con, and I was just going like this, like just to see, right? And unless I held that button down, it was not coming off. So,
nice. Very nice.
Magnets, how do they work, right?
Yeah. Battery life about the same. What'd you say?
I haven't really played too much in handheld, but from what I've seen, yeah, it's 2 to 2.5 to 4 or 5 hours, and it really again just is dependent on the type of game you play. Like if you're playing some 2D indie game or whatever, it'll probably last you the full 4 to 5 hours. But if you're playing like Mario Kart or Tears of the Kingdom, something that's kind of intensive, it's probably low end 2.5. But
all right,
cool.
Yeah, awesome. Bigger screen, better. Do the Joy-Cons feel nicer? Like are they higher quality too? Okay.
Yeah, they're a little bit bigger, so they're more comfortable to hold. Like I don't feel like it's such a struggle to like just hold comfortably. Whereas like the old Joy-Cons, it was kind of like cramped, where you're like like gripping it kind of awkwardly, right? I don't want to over exaggerate, but these feel way more natural for an adult hand and everything like that.
Yeah, they were tiny buttons before.
Yeah.
Cool. And next up for you would be probably Donkey Kong in July. Is that probably next big one for you?
Yeah, probably. I mean, just new console thing, and I think it's the Mario team working on it. They still haven't confirmed it.
Yeah.
And then today they just announced a Splatoon spin-off thing,
yes.
and they seem to be working on that. So I'm like, wait, how many games are you guys working on? Because
we got I mean, there's
quite a lot.
That's this year. Splatoon 3. What was it called? Ritual. Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah. And that's this year. Surprising dropping. A surprise drop.
Yeah.
For Switch 2. So that's impressive.
It'll be interesting, and it seemed weird, right? Not to like today, but until I saw online somebody pointing out like, oh, this is the 10th anniversary of Splatoon, like as a franchise, and I'm like, wow.
Okay, that's how they dropped it on their app too, right? They dropped it on the app, the news. So cool. All right. Anything else you played? Just that.
Nothing noteworthy.
Corey, anything for you? You're muted.
You're muted.
You always forget.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, not too much. Just finished off Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You joined the club.
Yeah, no, it was like I told Tony, I was like, after the podcast, played it. I was like, oh, I had an hour left. I was like, I could have done it during the movie cast and been done.
You think you have more than you do have left, and you don't.
Well, I was like, no, I knew I had to be at the end. I was like, this has gotta be the end. I don't understand what else is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah, all right.
It just seems. I was like, but I didn't want to risk it, So
yeah, yeah. I mean, fantastic game, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
You've heard us talk about it like crazy, so
Yeah, it's been going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been playing it for a while, so it's
Cool.
been great since it came out. So it's
Yeah.
only gotten better.
Very cool. Mike, anything for you?
I finished up KCD's DLC. It was nice, decently long for $6-7 quest line basically. Then I played because it's on Game Pass mostly. That Ninja Turtles game, that Mutants Unleashed, the one based
Yeah.
on like the Seth Rogen version of them. And it's not a great game, but you do get a fair amount of like story stuff actually for that universe. The actual gameplay is not good though. I don't think I would recommend it to anyone other than those who like that version of the Turtles and want to like get like a unofficial sequel to that movie sooner. There is a lot. This is the one where you like talk like I told it's like Persona. Talk like in between all the missions, you increase your like affinity with people, and so there's a lot of talking and character cutscenes. And I think at least the Turtles are the voice cast from those movies, so those are the same kids.
Consistency.
So I mean, unless you're like a big fan of that, because the actual game, the camera is bad, the gameplay is like mashy, but also like random difficulty spikes. It's not good, but it's something. I do kind of wish all these new Turtles games would kind of like combine their focus and budget and make like one actual good one instead of there's like little ones that are good.
Like got Shredder's Revenge. That was a good
Shredder's
one.
Revenge and Splinter Fate are my two favorites of the last like few years, but I still would like them to kind of do less projects and try to do a big one. I think it's time, but we'll see. Other than that, I started another game too, but I'll save that for another week to talk about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I do want to shout out because Final Fantasy. I played in a pre-release event for Magic for the first time, like Magic in like 20 years. I haven't played Magic in like 20 years. So it was like I had no idea what was going on, but it was a lot of fun. I want to shout that out because Final Fantasy, it's awesome, and I love that it's people are excited for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, lots of Final Fantasy discords. People are like, I have no idea what this is, but it's so cool. I was like, yep, there you go.
Welcome to Magic.
Cardboard crack.
Welcome to Magic. All right, guys, let's get right into the news then. From now on, we're going to go through these shows. Starting off with the State of Play, which was the first show last week.
Speaking of Final Fantasy.
Yes. We'll just roll right into it, guys. Final Fantasy Tactics announced at the State of Play.
God.
One of our predictions, one of ours, I don't know who did it, but somebody did it on here. Corey, Tony, whatever.
Both.
Tactics is back. Impressive. It's coming. Let me get to that section of the news.
September
30th.
September 30th. Yeah, I want to make sure I get the right date.
Gonna have both versions of the game.
You have
the new one that they're remaking.
Yeah, you can play the original, which is so cool, and then you can still play the new remake version of it, which looks awesome, by the way. So the
Is this what you guys were hoping for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
The way it is.
I mean, this is the best I think you're gonna get from what they're doing here. Now, I would love to see a new Tactics game, but I'm also really happy that they're gonna get the original because this game is a masterpiece, and more people that play
phenomenal.
the better.
It's phenomenal, Mike. It's phenomenal.
They're adding a few things. I think voice acting, right? So you're getting a cast of voice actors to voice these characters, and a little bit of quality of life improvements.
Optimized and updated UI, graphical improvements, quality of life.
Translation.
Squire difficulty setting, so you get a little easier setting for it. Classic version, graphics and gameplay of the 1997 version, but it does include new auto save features. So that's even the classical version is gonna get the auto save. So
save locking
I need to
yourself.
disable at one point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So God, that's right. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm 100% getting this day one. This is an immediate purchase for me. Coming for the So
yeah, this is one of my definitely top 10, probably top 5 for me. So
of all time or anticipated?
Oh, of all time.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna make sure.
Like if somebody was like, hold on, gun to my head, like name your top 10 favorite games, like it would definitely
on there.
It's on there 100%. So I was screaming, I was like fist pumping at my monitor because I was like, yes, I knew it. Finally had to happen because like again, like the NVIDIA leak happened years ago, and then we saw they released or figures of it a couple years ago. I'm like, why would you randomly do that for no reason, right?
Yeah, and there's definitely some murmurings.
Yeah.
Here and there, so.
Yeah.
But Square managed to squeeze an extra $200 out of me because they're like, of course, collector's edition or whatever. I was like, really? You had to do this on fucking Final Fantasy Friday when it was releasing that week.
Wow. That sold out pretty quick too.
It sold out real quick. Yeah, I looked at it. I was like, if I don't do this right now, it's not going to happen. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Other games of the show. We have a lot of games to get through here. We've got the Hirogami's Mystical Journey, which is coming September 3rd. The Origami World fan wielding master folding. You must save your home from deadly digital invaders. Looked impressive, actually, that game. Stop me.
It looks nice.
Stop me if you guys want to talk about it. That's fine with me. So there's a lot of games to get through here. Baby Steps is another game that looks weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Just for streamers, pretty much, I feel like.
I feel like that's going to be a fun game to play with like friends in the room and just laugh about the funny deaths. Because for those wondering, it's a game where you're like, it's an awkward controlling person that you're trying to keep alive.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting. Hot Shots Golf coming September 5th with Pac-Man included into the game, which is cool. So that's interesting.
Well, Namco's publishing it, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
This is even coming to Switch /Switch 2, so.
Yep. New look at the Digimon Storytime Stranger. Be released on the Xbox PS5 coming October 3rd. Survival Climber. Karen, which one was that one? That's coming November 5th.
That climbing one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the climbing. Okay, that's the climbing one, yeah. Sea of Remnants. That's coming. Let's see, what was that one? There's so many games. It's blurring together.
Of stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Too many names like that.
Yep. Sword of Sea is another one coming August. That's gonna be one.
That's the Journey people.
Tides of Tomorrow.
Yep. That looks cool. Like it looks cool, but like there's just so many games.
So for me, that's the game that I'm like, they keep showing as the artsy version. Like that's gonna get so many awards because it's just the artsy game dropping, and I'm like, yeah, it looks interesting, but I'm not like Journey for me. I was
gotta be good though.
I was never like super impressed with Journey myself. I never played a lot of it, so but I know it's from that studio, so people are gonna give it like mad awards.
Yeah. Well, listen, that's kind of like the Oscar bait of video games. A short artsy game that's not like every other game for overstimulated games journalists or influencers. Yeah.
And
I feel like
nice, quick, easy, different.
Yep.
I feel it's probably retreading, at least just based on that one trailer we saw.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's trying a bit too hard to be like Journey, whereas it's like I don't know. Anytime you do something the second time, it's a little less special, and like again, like I don't know. I just see clear obscures.
They also have Abzu and Pathless in between, which is also I don't know anything. I'm assuming they're all kind of similar. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's so many of these artsy indie games now where it's just like movies, or it's like
a dozen. Yep.
You could list a dozen. I'd be like, I played one maybe. Right? It's like
they all start.
Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate reality. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
too bad.
Oops. Yeah, got it. Yeah, and it's coming August 19th, and that is the interesting part about this is it will be a PS Plus game. So it'll be in the catalog right away. So you can play this right away via PS Plus. So
good for
kind of a page out of Game Pass. Let's see, Tides of Tomorrow, new multiplayer kind of game. Oh, Bloodstained. Bloodstained's getting a new adventure. The Scarlet Engagement coming for PS5. Coming in 2026. Obviously, if anybody played the Bloodstained, I kickstarted that, I believe, with you guys. We all kickstarted that. One of those games. It was fine. I mean, it wasn't like blow me away like impressive, but it was a good game. So it deserves a sequel.
Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely, and it looks a bit more interesting this time around because it's more, swords, hack and slasher. So
yeah,
I'm interested. I'm just hoping, now that they had that first game under their belt, this one I have higher expectations. So
right.
Especially because
almost like a proof of concept in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I get it because like it's a new, even though IGA. Obviously has done a bunch of them. It's a new team, right? So like they all have to cut their teeth on something.
The other one was crowd funded, so like you have to kind of stick to certain promises, which limit you in a way almost. And so that's
Absolutely.
also I think something that hurt it.
I think all the platforms they promised like it kind of wound up being too much for them to do. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound coming July 2025, coming July 31st. Side scroller Ninja Gaiden game. Those are the old classic style.
Yep. Looks good. The demo just came out on Steam, so I'm going to
Demo's
try
out,
that.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
Give it a good chance. Yeah.
I do want to try it. These games are also really difficult games too. They're really tough. Always have been. So it'd be interesting to see.
Not for an Elden Lord.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. It'd be interesting to see now that I've graduated as an Elden Lord, how tough were these games?
Go back and visit Sekiro.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because like we're gonna get into other games later, but like, fuck it. Onimusha is a game that I really want to play, but I've always stayed away from because I'm like I feel like it's really challenging myself. I don't know why.
I don't remember that being challenging.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But like I
It's
really
not
want to
like
play it. Okay.
Like I think they even said like for this one, they're like, we don't want people getting it confused with like it's going to be a Dark Souls or like too tough or something.
Yeah.
Like we want it to be reasonably difficult, but not like bash your face against something for a while. It's like it's a different type.
More
of
on like the
That's
Resident
great.
Evil level of difficulty, I'd say.
Yeah,
Those are
absolutely.
fine.
And like,
Those are fine.
and that's the thing is we can rant about it a little bit. Like one thing I will say about this whole week, and we don't have to get too into it, but like I felt like every other game was just another Souls-like, and it's kind of getting old.
What's funny to me was I felt like every
Getting
other
old.
game was one of those quirky shooters. Like everybody's getting into these like
There's a lot of quirky shooters.
Yeah, like I can't describe it the way I'm trying to describe it. It's like
Quirky
High on
shooter.
Life.
yeah, like yes, like
Oh,
High on Life. Like
okay.
they're like comedic almost kind of shooters, but like there's a lot out there, and I'm like,
It's the only way to stand out on shooter. Like that's the thing.
but
Is
it's not standing out
every
anymore.
time it's just a shooter. I agree with you.
yeah.
I agree. I'm just
So-
sick of first person. It's just like come up with something else.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God.
All right, Mike.
Gears of War's coming.
Yeah, Gears of War. We're gonna do that in a second. But Mortal Kombat Legacy first, Mike. Mortal Kombat Legacy
There you go.
Collection. Any interest?
Yeah. I don't know if it's free somewhere. The problem with those
If
old
it's-
games is they all play like shit. So, like, I went back and played them again, and like, they're not good to play. I am a little curious
They
about.
don't stand the test of time like Street Fighter.
They don't hold up.
Well,
Yeah.
one and two at least. Like, two is okay, I guess, but one you shouldn't play at all.
It's unplayable.
Honestly.
Is one unplayable
Because
now?
those
That's crazy.
also
Peaked with 3 Ultimate, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, this is gonna have that ultimate.
it might
three.
and I am a little curious about 4 because that's what I remember
I
in the
remember 4 being
arcades
bad.
mostly.
Yeah.
I remember.
I know it
four
was
being
Like,
bad.
supposed
that's
to
the
be bad.
digital one, right?
That was
That's
the
the one they
3D
went
one.
to.
That's
Yeah.
the 3D. That's the 3D one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's the
No,
first
thank
3D one. I remember that one a little bit though, but like that's not in like these packages. That's why I'm
Well, it's
curious
here.
about it.
So
'Cause I played that
this one
more in the
includes,
arcade because I'm a little
here?
younger than you
you.
guys.
This here. This one
So I
includes.
played that one mostly in the arcade.
This one includes Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 4,
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat Advance,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, and Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition. So those are the
I
versions.
think they even have Game Boy and Genesis.
They have
versions.
Yeah.
Deadly Alliance in there.
Yeah, Deadly Alliance is in there.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
I don't really care about Mortal Kombat, but I think it's a cool collection for them to do. And
it's a great
you
collection.
know,
Wait, were both creators on that trailer too? Like, was that both of them?
I think
Yes.
so.
That was crazy to
yeah.
see. I don't think they've been together in a long time in the same. Like, I thought there
Well,
was
the one
falling
guy's
out.
like I think he's
Tobias,
just like
yeah.
wasn't in the industry anymore.
He left.
I think
Yeah, he burned
Tobias.
out. He
I
burned
don't
out.
know.
Yeah.
He did something else. Yeah.
It's good to see him back with Ed Boon. So that's all.
Well,
I thought
that's
was
pretty
interesting.
cool.
yeah, it's
Uh,
just PR. They need
I
to
will
make it
say,
show.
and I could save this for later, but Mike, you could use PlayStation's own wireless fight stick to play this game. They actually announced a fight stick during this broadcast.
Yeah, no, I saw that. It's cool for people who like those.
Yeah.
It's
there's-
not me.
There's
but
plenty of fighting games coming out now that like it's kind of the genre's back, and so like I think having fight stick options is great because like
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
yeah, and having a first party fight stick option
Yeah.
is even better. Yeah, that's what's great about it. So, I feel like back when Street Fighter 4 regenerated things and we were like buying the fight sticks, it would have been cool to have a first party one because I felt like you didn't know what you're buying with the quality of it. So, they did have the official branded ones at least, but All right, let's see.
I'll stick to
Romeo-
fighting
oh,
games.
oh,
You got
no.
the Marvel one.
We could do Marvel. Let's do Marvel first. Yeah, let's do Marvel.
that's how their show closer.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. We can do it here. What's the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is a 4v4 fighting game announced. Surprise announcement. Developer of Guilty Gear. It's the Arc system.
Very surprising.
It's the Arc Sys fighting game system, which I'm not super familiar with, and I know it's a little different, slower based, isn't it? Slower paced system than like is it faster?
Who said that?
I always thought it was slower, like than
It's
Street
the
Fighter.
it's
It
the people
looks
that
the
did Dragon
same.
Ball Fighters. You played that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that I played. Okay, so that's okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know it was Arc. Okay, so that's coming 2026. It looks awesome. Like it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it was very confusing because, like, obviously your mind goes to, oh, is this the beginning of a new Marvel vs. Capcom? Like,
Yeah,
obviously,
right.
like Captain America, Iron Man is like, oh, they're doing Civil War for this. I was like, okay, but then the more you see, it's like, oh no, this is just Marvel versus Marvel, I guess, right? And
Yep.
Mhm.
one thing is, I really love the designs. I think they really anime ified them, for lack of better
Well,
words.
it's Arc System Arcs. That's what they do.
Yeah, obviously that's what they do. But that's cool, right? Because I
Mhm.
think like Rival showed, right, you could take existing characters and put the Eastern spin on them and create something that's familiar yet fresh at the same time. Where it's like, oh, cool, like Captain America's or whatever. But like, I mean, I love Iron Man's design. He looks just
Mhm.
like a Gundam kind of. And
Yeah.
even like Ms. Marvel, they showed her. I was like, wow, that's probably the best Ms. Marvel has ever looked, right, in a video game. You look at freaking Square Enix's Avengers, and you look at this, it's like, well,
Yeah.
two completely different worlds. But it seems cool. I don't know about the whole like 4v4 thing,
4v4
which
is a
seems
lot.
Mm.
Yeah.
so ridiculous. I like 3v3 is hard enough where it's like, oh, you have to learn 3 characters?
Yeah.
Now learn 4. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? Like what?
Yeah.
And they said something like where you can choose to play maybe from the beginning. I'm not sure, with just one and everyone else is an assist. I'm not sure how that's
Yeah,
gonna work.
right. So one of the things that people are speculating on, and I watched Maximilian a lot. He's a pretty big fighter, content creator, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So back in Capcom versus SNK 2, there was a system where again you could select up to 3 characters, and you had a strength level of 4, and you just had to divide it up by character. So if you had 3 characters, you had a 1 and a 1 and a 2. Or if you did 2 characters, you could have a 2 and a 2, or 3 and a 1. Or if you went down to 1 character, that they were just like level 4 strength or whatever like that. So they had like better damage, more HP, etc., etc. So I think they're going to do something similar to that, where it's like you could pick 4 characters, but whoever gets sent out, if you choose not to use the others, like they'll get an increased strength. Or the other thing is maybe a shared health bar, where it's like you could pick the 4 characters and just exclusively play as like Captain America, and just everybody else is just an assist. And once your team HP is done, like you're out, right? Like the round's over. Because otherwise, like it seems
a
ridiculous to
long
go through like
match.
4 health
It's a
bars, right?
long
Yeah,
match,
go
yeah.
for 4 health bars. Like a lot of
And
MVC2 games that are not pro level, like they'll go to time, right? Like
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
uncommon.
Mhm. And the other thing about it is, I mean, they showed what 8 characters so far,
Yeah.
There's
but
gonna be
Well, in the
24.
trailer, there was a.
for this, like, you need to have a lot of characters, otherwise you're gonna
Yeah.
exhaust the
It's
roster after 2 matches. 16 is 2 matches, so
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
so I don't know. But obviously, the thing about this that's also weird is we got the MVC collection last year, and normally things like that, you figure
Yeah,
they're used
yeah.
to gauge or be a precursor for a sequel, but this pretty much has to mean there's no MVC coming anytime soon, right?
I'd say so.
Right?
Logically, I agree with that, but at the same time, I just can't see both Marvel and Capcom going through the hoopla of all that like licensing IP, whatever, and just being like, yeah, you know what? It's just for a collection, guys. Like that's it. We're gonna do it. The one thing, again, just to remind people, so this is a PlayStation slash Steam,
Mhm.
like PC
PC
exclusive. Like it's
exclusive.
not
Yeah.
Xbox and not going to be on Switch 2. Part of me is because again, like the whole video, and it was weird, right? Because we're like, what is this meaning, right? In the very beginning, or after they played the trailer, they did like a weird rewind
Yeah,
and
they
they
did
showed
that,
more of
and
Yeah.
it's Yokohama, so I'm like, oh, is this Yakuza? It's
Yeah. So they went to the more like business side of things and how it came about. So part of me thinks that this is really just Sony being like, hey, we want, because again, they own Evo now. Let's remember that.
Yep.
So they're kind of enforced, like they're encouraged to have their own fighting game that they can use to support their own
tournament.
like
Yeah.
the biggest fighting game tournament series in the world, right? Where I could see Sony being like, okay, well, we're doing the Marvel, this thing, right? Where it's like whatever with Arxis. and being like, you know, hey, if you're gonna do Marvel vs. Capcom, like, so be it, right? Like, whatever, like, we'll have other things. Because again, like, when you only choose to sell on 1/1.5 or 2 platforms, however you want to describe it, you're limiting your audience, right?
Yeah.
Without that first party money coming in from Sony, like, this game would struggle to be profitable and churn out characters at the
Probably
rate
wouldn't
that it would need
exist
to.
at all.
Right, it probably wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
So, in my heart of hearts, I have to say it just to make it come true. So I still feel we will get Marvel vs. Capcom next, whatever it's going to be called.
Yeah, I'm torn about it too because I never even played Capcom characters in MVC anyway. So Marvel versus Marvel is good. I'm obviously a little less over the moon about the designs as you guys are. They look fine and different, but like I don't know.
think
I
that's
think
what
Iron
you
Man looks
want,
kind
though.
of
Like,
stupid.
you don't want the same designs in every single thing you have.
No,
right?
I mean,
you want
I
these
want
characters to look
right,
unique and different in each
right, but
iteration, and
I
it's
also don't
nice
want
to
them
see a
to
cartoony
look
spin.
like other things intentionally.
He
but
doesn't want to look
whatever.
anime. Come on, just say it, Mike. Just say
I mean,
it.
we know.
Just
We
say
know.
it.
We don't have to say it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gundams are dopey.
Fair, that's fine. I think
Anyways, all right.
I think all the characters are pretty cool. So.
Let's go
Doom
on to
looks
other
great.
games. Other games, I think they look good too. We'll talk more about that as we get there. The next thing I want to talk about is Romeo's a Dead Man, which is coming in 2026. That's the what's the name of the creator that I'm blanking on? It's Grasshopper Manufacturers, but it's what is it?
Suda.
Thank you. Suda. God, I was like blanking. I had it before we started this conversation with Marvel. It looks pretty awesome actually. Like, and those games are usually action packed, right? Are they like crazy games or?
Yeah, I mean they are crazy.
There's No More Heroes, right? It's No More Heroes.
Yes, he's done No More Heroes.
Lollipop
Chainsaw.
That's right. Yeah.
And what is it? 7, whatever sins or something like that.
Killer
But yeah, I mean, it's
Seven Killer,
This
Killer
looks
Seven?
cool. This looks
yeah,
really
Killer
cool.
7. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically like think of like somebody like Kojima. It just he has indie budgets to work with.
Yeah.
Where
This
it's
is
just crazy psychedelic shit where you're just like, what kind of drugs are you doing, man? Like that's it.
Yeah.
So it's good. I'm happy to hear that because I believe a couple years ago there was some news that Grasshopper's like father studio or owner studio was not doing well. So
yeah, I remember like they
future
were
of that.
looking to sell or something. Or...
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, like I don't want the Suda 51. So I'm glad, and yeah, I mean, worst case, like we will get something unique out of him. Even I'm not saying it's gonna be good to great, but it will be unique, right? It will be unique.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip
ultra violent sci-fi action. That's what you get.
Yeah, I'll be skipping through some VR stuff here. Thief VR.
Fuck
Luminous Arise, which is also a PS5 game.
That's cool. I mean, it's not just VR.
Good.
Yeah,
I love
that was a very popular game on what PS3. Was that PS3 game?
It was
PSP is on
Vita.
Oh, PS Vita. Yeah, that's right.
PSP.
Wow. Damn.
It was like one of the bigger.
It was like the first
games.
game to like really show off how good that screen looked for the time.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, so that's coming. That'll be out in fall of 2025. It's a music game for those wondering.
Puzzle
music game.
Puzzle, yeah.
Pragmata.
I cannot believe this. I forgot about this game. I didn't think it was still in development. I'm intrigued. I think it looks cool.
The last news we got about it was 2 years ago. Coming in 2026, they say, as a window. But let's see. That's the protecting a little girl. Stylish action. Capcom
little
game.
Girl on your back. Weird. But,
yeah, it looks interesting. That's what it was. It was the little girl that was like giving suggestions during combat. Kind of had a little like a Sony vibe
like
to it
your,
a little bit, but
Kazooie or something.
Yeah, but looked impressive and
it's like, well, you control both of them, right? Yeah. And it's like a action strategy game where depending on the character you're using, will be able to do different things.
Yep.
Get through different puzzles and stuff like that.
Let's see. Astrobot, 5 new levels.
DLC
free levels.
Stuff. Yep.
Ghost of Yotai, I was disappointed, but not really, because we're gonna get its own state of play.
I was so disappointed that there's
a whole lot of nothing for that coming out this year.
But
I mean, we are getting its own individual state of play.
Yeah.
But I feel like show something, right? Like even if it's like they don't explain it, it's like show something and be like, hey, tune into our direct dedicated state of play next month for this game. Yep. Like at least something. Like I felt like it was nothing. Like
I was shocked.
What did they show? They showed that you could maybe control a wolf. Is that what we were supposed to glean from that?
Yes, I guess. It was like enough to be like, huh, but not enough to be like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
In my opinion, that was my takeaway. I was like, okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to Silent Hill F.
Yeah, Silent Hill.
Holy
Oh
shit.
man,
Holy shit, that game looks so good, and it's coming out in September, 5 days before.
I cannot
Tactics.
believe that's coming in September, and it dropped like
too much.
this.
September's getting a little packed there.
I-
Got
Well,
Borderlands.
everybody wanted to get away from Grand Theft Auto. That's what it
Yeah.
was. I guarantee it.
Absolutely. I will tell you that this is a game that I don't think I'm going to be able to play. This thing looks freaking scary. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to play this game. But I will fully admit that as to everybody in the world in this podcast. But
Come on, you're an Elden Lord.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
gonna fight. You're gonna fight gods, but
matter.
you can't fight.
Oh, that's better.
Shadow.
Not
Yeah,
a
that's
chance.
better.
Yeah. I don't want this creepy thing turning its head slowly, not even around at me, backwards at me as it rolls
Backwards,
towards me. Yeah. Coming September 25th. Visually, the game looks phenomenal. And just the world, Japan style in Japan takes place, and it's just like that like atmosphere by itself. It's just scary to begin with. You know what I mean? Like,
it really changes it up, right? And the other thing is, again, for those of you that might not know, so in Japan they have really strict gun laws. So in this game, they flat out said, like, do not expect you will get a firearm, because it doesn't make sense for especially a high school girl, to have access to a firearm. So I think that dramatically changes the tension of the game, right? Because, like, with a gun, a firearm, you have that power, right? You feel at least some semblance of, like, oh, I can attack this enemy safely from a distance. Whereas, like, oh, it's melee only. It's like, oh shit, that's different, right? Because that puts you in danger range. Like,
they're in your face every time.
Yeah, they're in your face.
Yeah.
So,
like with Resident Evil, I got a gun. I'm gonna shoot this person. It's
yes.
a little different in this one. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
even in the Silent Hill games to begin with, it was very limited guns as it was.
Mhm.
So this is like, this is more. Holy shit! Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to handle this one. I will watch a playthrough, but I don't think I'm playing this one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You'd
Might be
watch it?
scarier that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely watched that. Yeah, I don't mind horror movies. I think the
I feel
experience
like
is
when I played Alan Wake 2, I think I've discovered it's less scary to play the game yourself than to watch someone else play it. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Maybe you could play this, Mike.
Still not interested in it.
Is it Nioh?
Well, we do have your game on
Neo
here.
Or Nioh? Neo 3? Neo 3? Nioh?
I think it's
What?
Neo. I haven't heard
Neo?
it said
Neo
Nio
is-
ever before.
Yeah.
I've
Neo
heard
Neo is
Neo.
the only way.
Neo 3. That was shown as well.
Neo. That's
Neo.
not Capcom. That's
not
Koei Tecmo. No,
Oh,
Koei
I thought
Tecmo.
that was Capcom. Okay. I always thought that was Capcom.
Onimusha is Capcom.
Yes. Okay. That was shown as. I'm sorry, but Neo 3 was revealed coming in 2026. Team Ninja is working on this too, which is cool. It's that looks interesting. Big fan of them. I didn't know what it was at first because I'm not a big. I don't play that game much, but I was like, and then I saw the name. I'm like, oh, okay. But it looked interesting. I think the next one, the last one, there's two left. Metal Gear Solid Delta was shown.
Looks cool.
Looks
It's like
Remake,
Metal Gear.
like
Solid
Metal Gear.
3, yep.
I'm definitely playing the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Definitely getting it. Looking forward to that. And then lastly, James Bond. We got the reveal here on the State of Play.
Yeah,
007.
like I said,
Yeah, I was
we saw
surprised it was here.
We saw it.
Yeah.
You did.
James Bond. I don't like the scar. That's just. I don't know if that's just me, but I don't like the scar.
Apparently, that's book accurate.
Really,
That's why it's there.
I did not know that. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I
The
will-
thing that I don't. I mean, I knew that it was going to be an origin story already, which I was always like, eh. And I still don't love that it's young James Bond, but but the big thing is we do see the face. I was wondering about this before. I don't know if this is technically an amalgam of other Bonds or if it's some unknown actor or a combination of both. But at some angles, he looks like Tom Cruise, and at some angles, he looks like Schmidt from New Girl, which I can't unsee, unfortunately. He looks like Schmidt mostly to me, especially in that face on when he comes out of the plane.
Johnson, is that? No, that's not Smith.
Max Greenfield.
Max.
Is the
That's
actor. Yes. But yeah, I see Schmidt, unfortunately, and it's a little hard to take him seriously. So I don't love the look. I don't hate it. It's fine. I can get over it. The thing that worries me a little bit, though, is some of the animations in this look pretty stiff and weird. In some of that,
I mean, at the end of the day,
being a-
it's done by the Hitman team, and the Hitman team has its own
Yes.
style, and you can see it in this game. So
Yeah.
Well, that's
But-
why you get them, though.
yeah. However, the bread and butter is the
I'm
Hitman
still looking
games.
forward to it.
Yeah, so it's gonna a James Bond and a Hitman world, right? So it's not in the world, obviously, but in the style of a Hitman world. I think it could work quite well, actually. So I think that's why they went with it.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
it's coming in.
And we
set
got
to be released in
Morgan from
2026.
Walking Dead.
Yes. Yep. What's
Mhm.
Lenny James? That's who it was. Lenny James.
Yep.
And it's set to release in 2026. We'll see if that happens. I believe this is a 2027 game. Let's just see.
Yeah, that's what I predicted, but it says 2026. It's
I know,
interesting
Only
though.
got
They
seen
showed
a
this
lot more than you expected, so might
Yeah,
be
well-
further along than you expect. Also,
True.
maybe, but so they showed this here, and I knew that there was going to be like an IO showcase later. They didn't show anything else. They showed the same trailer. I'm like, come on. They're like, oh, we'll talk to you
yeah,
later.
nothing
this summer. I'm
exclusive
like,
for their own
"No,
event.
Not for that game. So that was
Yeah.
unfortunate, but whatever.
All right. Game Fest also happened this last week.
Did it?
It might have. It might have happened
Did it?
with a couple of surprise games.
Biggest of
I
the
gotta say,
things
guys,
shown.
the trolling level during it was hilarious for a certain game that we got eventually. But I just thought it was just great the way they did it. I felt it was more of a. I love the build up for it, but we're gonna get to that one in a little bit. But first off, we'll go through a couple games that they announced. We got to see his best friend on stage. So we got
Showing the
Death
least
Stranding
interesting
2.
cutscene possible to try to get you to care about this game.
I don't know what Kojima was thinking with this, but like this game looks boring. Like I'm sorry,
Dude,
but it does.
Does anyone ever know what he's thinking?
No.
So, yeah, they try to show off Death Stranding 2 with just a couple people talking about things we don't understand.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
not
like-
dramatic. They're like
I feel
inside
like-
a building. It's not like out like in the Death Stranding world unless someone tells you it is. It looks like nothing.
I was wondering. I mean,
Looks like
that's
a
Kojima's
soap
style.
opera.
Like that's the thing. Is like you're either in, you're out. Like a trailer's not going to sway you.
No.
Like it's either yep, I'm in or I'm out. He just doesn't do those types of trailers. For better or for worse. So it is what it is. I didn't even play Death Stranding 1, so
No, I'm same here.
zero interest from me.
None of us have.
No.
Unless Mike did.
One of the
No.
what's that? The
I
one of the
haven't
first-
free. I haven't played it.
One of the
Yeah.
first one of the first games I want to talk about that I'm pretty interested in, surprisingly, was this game called Chronicles Medieval. It looked like an awesome battle scaled like war
So,
scene. Like thing.
yeah.
It looks awesome, like a massive scale war,
Yeah.
like a kind of like a Dynasty Warriors in medieval times. That's what it looked like to me. But commanding your actual team too, like that's pretty cool. Your whole troop. All your troops. So that was announced. It's coming. It's going to be on PC in early access in 2026. We'll see more about that. Any interest in Ill? I thought that was just too bloody of a trailer. It's a horror game coming. I just was like, this is not interesting to me at all. Another one of those shooters, horror kind of things. Lego Voyagers is coming. It's a co-op game in the Lego worlds. That looked interesting for me, obviously. Split, a co-op adventure, friends pass kind of thing. So it looks interesting. Mundfish is a studio that's making. They made Atomic Heart. They're making its spiritual successor called Atomic Heart 2. Any interest in that game?
Spiritual successor?
I guess he called it.
I
Called
was
it
mildly-
spiritual successor because it's changing the gameplay.
Well, I
More
think
RPG elements.
yeah, I think it's a MMO now or something like that,
Yeah.
or online, or I don't know. It's changed. It's like that. That's how it's different. I don't know. I was almost interested in the first one, but once it got off Game Pass, I wasn't going to play it because I don't know for sure if I care about it or not. So it looks mildly interesting, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Sonic Racing Crossroads. Interest, guys? What do you think, Tony? You're playing Mario Kart. You're playing the superior right now already. So, dead on arrival. This game.
Not dead on. I think it'll be moderately successful for what it is. Hopefully, it'll sell on the other platforms where Mario Kart's not. I mean, even the guy even said it. He's like, unlike another kart racer game, you can play this one with people on other systems and stuff like that. So that's really what they have to market to, and good for them for doing more crossover stuff. Obviously with what's his name from Like a Dragon and
They have
Hatsune
Ichiban
Miku
in there driving.
and,
Yep.
yeah,
So we had the
Joker and Steve from Minecraft. Not
Gonna try to get Steve with a big pop from the crowd.
Yeah, not Jack
Ridiculous.
Black, Steve, but
No. Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree, roguelike kind of game, Hades-like game that was announced by Bandai Namco, coming in September 19th. It's coming very, very soon, actually. That looks
September's a crowded month.
Dude, that game actually looks really good too. Like I thought this looked impressive. I obviously we talked about roguelikes, seems to be a big genre.
Remember it.
It's the game with like the circle of people where it's like closing into them kind of thing, and it's like the girl in the middle. But anyways, it looks impressive. It's an anime style game. Stranger Than Heaven. Stranger Than Heaven was shown. Any interest in that?
Not too
I
much.
don't remember what that is either.
It's the Ryuga Gotoku's official name for Project Century.
That's the name for project. I predicted this. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course I'm interested in it. It's another RGG game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's looks like I don't think my guess is it's not going to be in the Yakuza universe. I think it's going to be its own thing. People have been sort of going back and forth with that, but it looks cool.
Like it could be. It looks like it could be, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're going to reuse what they can because that's what they do. But it's obviously going to be a little grittier. We're given the option to kill someone. It looked like in canonically, which normally aren't in the Yakuza series. And this one was done in the set in the 40s, and the previous trailer was set in like 1918 or something. So.
Right.
We have a big time jump here, which is going to be interesting. I think you're probably the same character though, just later.
Yeah.
So
I think there's a supernatural twist to it or something. Just the way they ended with the character difference I think there's something with his eye, and I was like, that's
maybe, or he's just half white and he feels weird about it. Was also the vibe I got from that as well, because they were talking. It's like, you're Japanese, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, what am I?
Yeah, I will see.
I don't know, but I'm interested.
Yeah. Square Enix Killer Inn was shown. Any interest, guys, for the that's the mystery mansion kind of game where you're thrown in with a bunch of your I guess friends.
Oh yeah, I mean that looks like an interesting concept, kind of like a werewolf or Among Us.
Werewolf.
Yeah,
Among Us. Yeah. So it's wolves are mixed into lambs, and you have to figure out who is who, and you have no idea. You don't even know who's on your team. Like, you don't even start with that, so it's all like you figure it out. Who's trying to kill?
To me, that looks like a great game for streamers to do with their communities and stuff like that. Again, enjoyed a lot of Among Us lobbies and stuff like that during COVID, and that was a blast. So
yeah,
if they can recreate that, then awesome.
Not the COVID part.
Not the COVID part. Playing with.
Yeah, I don't know. Mortal Shell 2, I don't really know. I don't know Mortal Shell. That was shown, I guess, to kick it off. That was another shooter, right? This was cool. Scott Pilgrim EX, new co-op game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, beat 'em up, 2D beat 'em up, pixel art kind of thing. Looks like pixel.
Yep.
Yeah. See, and again, an example of something that's like, when they did the modern port, it's like, they could have just done the modern port, but obviously did well enough where they're like, hey, let's do a sequel.
Yeah, I thought this looks. Yeah, I'm going to be getting this one without a doubt. So, no date on that yet, though, right? 29. It's unspecified point, so maybe not even
unspecified.
Next year.
Not this year. Not this year.
No,
definitely not this year.
Let's see. We showed Hitman: World of Assassination. IO's. Anyways, showed that one. Arc Raiders. Not interested in that.
Arc Raiders is an extraction shooter. It looks actually really good.
I think it's going to be. I'm just not interested in that myself. But go on.
Yeah, it's going to be the next Helldivers.
Got it. They're trying to make it that way. That is coming.
Seems like a lot of people are excited for it.
Released on October 30th of this year. Coming this year, October 30th.
They had like alphas and betas recently, so.
Yeah. Let's see what else we've got. I just accidentally closed the window. Am I in the wrong one? I am. Let's see. What's another game we showed here? There's Lies of P. Overture.
Yeah, the DLC.
That's available now.
DLC. Right away.
DLC is available now. Yeah,
come out right after. Yep.
Dying Light. The Beast. First game of June. That's already out too, I think. No, it's... I'm sorry, August 22nd for that one. August 22nd for that. Wu-Tang. Rise of the Deceiver.
That's weird.
So...
don't really know what that is.
The Game of Thrones RTS game was shown as well. Any interest?
Who cares?
Yep.
Dude, there's so much shit that like we don't even need to talk about.
I'm just mentioning in case you want to stop me.
No, I get it.
And then I think that's it, except for the big one, Resident Evil 9.
Well,
Wait, what? That's it, Jeff?
What did I skip? Oh no, I skipped over Onimusha. Onimusha. What else in Game Fest?
Marvel Cosmic Invasion. New
Oh, the
characters.
Cosmic Invasion. How did I skip
That's
through that?
right. Yeah.
I must have missed it.
I don't know.
I did predict.
When I
did
reloaded
predict
the article, I
that they
missed
would
it.
do something, but
When I reloaded the article, I missed it.
not
so-
a release date. I was hoping for a release date, but we got a couple more characters.
We got a couple more
which is
characters
fine.
announced. She-Hulk,
She-Hulk and
Rocket
Rocket
Raccoon. So it looks like a great beauty.
Yeah, like I'm not like
15
doing
characters
clips
going
for
to make
those
total.
two
Right,
characters.
for that one.
Yeah.
Yep, and as mentioned earlier, Onimusha is coming. The Way of the Sword gets a new trailer. Not really any sort of release date yet for that, but it looks good. Looks really good. Looks impressive. Did I miss anything else besides those two? Besides the last one? I don't think so. Resident Evil 9.
I don't remember.
So they also showed Resident Evil 9,
Yep.
which was the surprise drop because they had earlier in the show said that they were working hard on the next Resident Evil game, and then they
Hold
dropped
on. You're completely misrepresenting this. So
Okay,
let me build this up.
Burying the lead a little.
Yeah. So Jeff at some point is like, oh, and here's a nice little thing, from a beloved game, from a beloved franchise, but whatever he, fucking Jeff usually says is the salesman. I get it, right? But you see some trailer and they get the actress that played Lady Demetrius
Yep.
from
The large
Resident
vampire.
Evil. Yeah. And she's like, oh, thanks for being part of the community and, Resident Evil fans, blah, 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 this, that, the other thing. And all the games are on sale on whatever fucking system, you want to buy them on and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, like, all right. And like, again, this was my prediction that this is the safe bet, like Resident Evil 9 was going to be shown. So I'm like, okay, they're not hiring this actor. Capcom's not doing a commercial just for Summer Game Fest without anything else. Like that's just money they wouldn't spend, right?
Yeah.
And then later on through the show, again, Jeff is talking about, let's hear from one of the creators of, again, that legendary franchise or whatever, blah blah blah.
30th
And
anniversary.
it's
Yeah.
right, and it's the creator, the lead of the studio and stuff like that, and he's, again in that same like fancy rich ass looking mansion with like a glass of wine or a goblet, whatever it was, and he's like, we're coming up on the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil, and you're like, okay. And then he's like, stay tuned, we can't wait to share with you more. And it's like, that's it. It's like, that's fucking nothing.
That's what I said.
Like, that's nothing. Again, my brother, who's like the biggest Resident Evil fan I know, like, as soon as the trailer even started, I called him, right? And he's like, I'm watching already. I'm like, well, sorry. Excuse me for calling you to let you know, right? He's whatever. But then, like, he's like, that was such fucking bullshit. Got cucked, this, that, and the other thing. I was like, hold on. Like, they could be trolling us. I was like, hold out hope. Like, this might be it. Because, again, I can't see them making, like, video live, like, recorded footage just to tease that and not show anything else. So, when we finally get that last trailer, right, I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, modern. I was like, and at first I was like, are they showing off a Silent Hill remake already? I was like, no. Right? And then I'm like, is it Resident Evil? And I'm watching it, I'm like, I think it is. Just like the way the characters looked and like everything was modeled. I was like, it just it sounds so stupid, but like this screams Resident Evil to me.
Yeah.
And then you see the instance of like a crater of impact. I was like, wait a second, like obviously nuclear bomb or something like that. And you just see finally the shot of the front of the police station with
Raccoon City,
obviously all destroyed. I was like, oh shit, so we're going back to Raccoon City, and it's like, fuck yeah, like that's awesome. So
Yeah.
Looks
RE9 coming February 27th next year.
Yeah.
Very soon, actually.
not too far away.
Yeah,
not
very
too far
soon.
away.
Yeah, so we'll see more as they get closer to that. That's going to be a hell of a reveal later on for more of it. But great trolling on them. Give them a little applause for this because they did a.
That was one of those things where you're like,
a little build up.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, good to them, and again, just read it. It's a great team to be a horror game fan because we're eating good. Unless you're a Dead Space fan, then EA says fuck you.
Yeah, of course.
You did get the remake, but that's it.
That's it. You got one.
You don't even get the second one, which is the best one.
Right?
Yeah.
God, I'm still so mad about that.
All right. Let's see. That's it for the Games Fest, Summer Game Fest. So we're gonna move into the Xbox Showcase now to close out the week. I didn't get to watch the direct afterwards for Outer Worlds, but they did kick the show off
It
with
was
some Outer Worlds.
worthless.
Was it?
It was worthless.
Outer Worlds 2 was shown.
It's about what you expect.
It's a deep dive. It's fine, but like,
yeah, I'm playing the game. They already got me on this
Is
game.
it
I'm
worth
playing it too.
$80?
No, that's ridiculous. Where did this
That's
come
crazy.
from? Why?
That's crazy.
Because
Because it's a smaller
here's
scale
the
game.
thing about
Yeah.
Outer Worlds. Are they trying to convince us it's not this time?
They
that what
always
they're
convinced us
saying?
it was a
Is
smaller
that
scale
what this
game.
is supposed to-
That's always what they said. Smaller scale. It's not.
They said that
Fallout.
about the first game.
Yeah, it's not Fallout. It's a little smaller.
They specifically said in the direct that they have more time and budget this time, though.
All right.
But still, this isn't the franchise that it makes sense for them to go with 80. But again, like 99% of people I think who are playing this are going to play it on Game Pass, especially now.
Yeah.
So
No,
more
no.
incentive to not buy this game is and try to get you to go to Game Pass. I
With the
guess.
subscriptions, they're going to get them with this without a doubt.
It's-
I'm subscribing.
it's such a bold move too, because like out of all the games that Microsoft could put up for, again, and I said this right when Nintendo showed off Mario Kart World, and there's like, hey, it's gonna be $80, right? And then the fucking internet lost their mind. It's like, look, they're all gonna do it at some point. It's just Nintendo's the first one out of this round, right, for the price increases. But for Microsoft to choose Outer Worlds, which is like a sequel to a very budget, and I'm not slamming that. I appreciate it for what it was, even though I never finished the game. From a smaller scope, we have
Takes like
Fallout at
15
home.
hours.
Right? We have Fallout at home kind of vibes in space. It's like, oh, well, here's a sequel. By the way, it's AAA now. Pay us fucking $80. It's like, whoa. Hold up a second. Like, who wanted it? Like, it seems weird, right? Where it's,
Was the first game's price like a la carte or whatever you would call it? Was it the premium price at the time? Did it come out for 60?
No, it was. I thought it was
No,
$40.
I wanna say it was 40
I
or
thought it was
50.
$40 when it came out. I'm almost certain it was a $40 game.
Outer Worlds was definitely a budget title
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So 50 at most.
Yeah.
There's
No,
no
I believe
way
it was
it was more than that.
$39.99 when it came out. But I know the
Really?
content was.
I
We
don't
were
know.
all we were all
Actually,
applauding,
It was a great
applauding
game.
that too.
No, it was a great game. It was totally worth the value. This
It's
time
a
around,
good game.
I thought it was for the value. That was the idea. There wasn't a lot into it
Well,
afterwards.
I played it on Game Pass regardless.
Yeah.
But,
But I don't know. It looks good. I mean, this one looks good. It's just I'm playing it. It's just we'll
it
see.
looks good. I just don't understand the $80 for this. Like they have to do a bit more proving, especially considering how we knew the previous one was smaller scale, almost intentionally. But obviously, like for me, like it's my vibe. Like between the previous Outer Worlds and Starfield, like I want a game like this, but a little better. Like both of them hit some of what I wanted, but I just wish they were both a little better in different ways. So I hope this one is. But we'll see.
Yeah. All right. They showed a couple more. They had a lot of games. I will give them credit. They did have a lot of games. Grounded 2 was also shown, coming out July 29th.
Weird.
Athelion, a sci-fi action adventure game.
What?
A lot of action adventure games.
What is that? I don't even remember that.
Athelion is a, I don't know, European Space Agency. It's the NASA coordinated one, like invasion thing, not NASA, but the European Space Agency. Let's see. There's Keeper, Double Fine's new game. The developer of Psychonauts.
This was like Xbox bought them or Microsoft bought them and did nothing until now. And this was like I feel like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. There are no ghosts at the
Psychonauts
Grand.
2 happened.
There are no ghosts at the Grand, which is another one that.
Yeah, that looks like a Blueprints like almost.
Yeah.
Or that seems to be the vibe with more action, I guess, or actual action.
Let's see. Chronos, The New Dawn, At Fate's End.
These are some very generic titles that.
Resonance of Plague's Tale. The Plague's Tale game has another game coming.
Happy for people who like those games.
Final Fantasy is
Never
coming.
played them.
Final Fantasy is coming to Xbox.
Yep. 7 remake and 15.
16
Or
Shadow Drop.
16's
sorry.
out now. Yeah.
Yep.
16's out
And then
now.
remaking later this year. So, whatever. Good for them.
Planet of Lana 2. Coming in 2026.
Who's Lon?
I don't know. Let's see. Invincible versus. How about Invincible versus? So we get a 3v3
listen,
tag fighter.
Are you the biggest
I
Invincible
thought this
fan?
was the newest Nether. I thought this was the newest NetherRealms fighter. I was like,
There's
is this
no
what the
Nether
fuck they're
Realm
working?
stuff. No, we'll never
I was
fight
like,
anything
what the
ever
fuck? I thought it looked bad. I was like, whatever. And especially now, like, how
It's
you
the
gonna go up
Killer
against
Instinct people.
Marvel? Yeah, it's a Killer Instinct people, but it's 3v3 tag. Like, it's just where do you fit, man? Where do you fit in that? Like,
It's for Invincible.
Killer Instinct
fans.
hardly got supported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What else we got here? I thought it looked. I mean, I thought it looked good, but Indiana Jones. And the
You thought it
Great-
looked good?
I thought it looked good for people
Thank
who
you.
would like
Thank you.
Invincible.
Yeah.
Corey, weigh in.
All right.
I have nothing to say good about it. So my mom always said, if you have anything good to say, don't say anything at all.
What don't
Yeah.
think looks bad about it?
The graphic looks cheap as shit. The presentation just awful, and like
it didn't
I don't know, it's just
it looks like
never
Invincible.
have I-
Invincible looks cheap as shit. Mostly. So
right.
not-
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not
They're
I'm not
trying
gonna
to-
disagree with
to
that.
do it. They're trying to mimic that art style.
I think
Like,
that's what
I don't know.
they're
It just,
trying to do.
especially when we see in 1 week 2 brand new tag fighters. One of them looks infinitely better than the other, and it's just like, what are you doing?
It reminded me of one of those, like, oh, here's another Dragon Ball, like, not that Dragon Ball Fighters was bad, but just like, oh, here's another Dragon Ball Fighter game, like, that doesn't necessarily do much unless you're a big fan of the franchise. And just like looking at the Marvel one from Arc System Works, the stages looked amazing in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, they look like trash. I don't know what else to say.
It looked like they're fighting in the quarry in fucking California. It's just stupid.
All
It
right.
looks.
There's no.
It just looks so bad.
I don't know.
I mean, look, I don't want to tell
I
you
think it'll
what
be
looks good or
good
bad,
for-
but I hope you vote with your wallet, Jim, and I hope you support.
It's just a weird art style too. Like it's trying to be drawn, but it's also 3D. I don't know. I don't like it. But it could be. I mean, who knows?
Plus I mean, it could be good, right? But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, on presentation, I was not impressed.
Okay.
I was not impressed.
I don't see like the characters' uniqueness to them either. Really.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at some stuff now.
The Order of the Giants was announced, the DLC for Indiana Jones coming September 4th, Mike. So
Nice.
that looks good.
That's good for you guys.
Glad it's coming. I mean, I don't have no information from this trailer, but I'm glad it's coming.
Yeah,
Soon as it's got a date, and I'll play it.
Yeah. Super Meat Boy 3D was announced, coming early 2026. This was interesting because it had a green pipe show up in the beginning of the trailer. What was that?
Yeah. Trying to troll
that's
you.
just Meat Boy.
Yeah.
It's
Doing
a
Super Meat
reference.
Boy
It's a
things.
reference.
All right. Gears of 4 Reloaded. Coming, beta test coming June 13th. Out
Gears
August
of War. Did you say Gears of? It sounded like you said Gears
Gears
4.
No, Gears
yeah.
of War Reloaded. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Gears
No,
of War
that's
Reloaded
a good
coming
idea.
August 26th. This looks awesome. This is all the games.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one, to play it with some friends again online and get killed instantly and have them pick me up. So, but
No, it's cool. I'm more excited to see what the E-Day one is, though.
yeah, definitely. Ninja Gaiden 4.
Yep, good for them.
Well,
Like one of those games.
Platinum. This is a Platinum
Yep.
Games one. This is coming out.
No,
October 21st.
this is great. I mean, because this
Yeah.
is not a fucking Souls-like again, so I'm happy because
That's
it's a
good.
pure action slasher. It's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
This-
everything is hard. It's like.
No, this looks good. And this was originally this was before like the Souls games, Ninja Gaiden.
This was
yeah.
before. This was the Dark Souls before
Yeah.
Dark Souls around.
Yeah.
Like Ninja Gaiden Black was so fucking hard.
That's what I mean. So we'll see what this one. We'll see what this one's like.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because like Black started out like it was so good, and then each entry got a little worse and worse. So I'm cautiously optimistic. Maybe Platinum helps them out with it, but I hope it's good. Right? I hope it's good.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
High on Life 2 coming this winter. Clockwork.
Ugh.
Yeah, Clockwork
Careful with the first
Revolution.
one.
Clockwork
Why
Revolution.
did they spend so much time in this fucking game?
I don't know.
Like this
I mean,
game did not
because
look interesting to me at all.
Well, it looks interesting to me. I don't know. What don't you like about it?
Really?
Yeah, it looks
What-
like, looks like the kind of like Bioshock.
Yeah, it looks like kind of like Bioshock. I got
Yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
this.
Guess what?
Dishonored
I hated the last
vibe.
Bioshock I played.
I love that game, the last one.
Well, I mean,
I actually like that
I'd
game a lot.
expect one coming out in a year from now or however, like to be better than BioShock Infinite. They also
Yeah, just
they
a
showed a
Dragon
lot.
Age.
Well, listen, there's a bunch of problems going on with that, but I mean, I
They're
thought it would
excited
look
for it,
interesting.
which is
They showed a lot. It was a long trailer, and it was a little overwhelming, but there's a lot going on in it. It seems like there's some RPG systems mixed with fighting. I mean, and more than BioShock, there's actually like choices. It seems like, or like
Yeah, I've
approaches.
heard this before. I don't fucking believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll
I
see.
mean, it looks like it was part of your like character. I mean, it's gonna
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
be
sure.
binary. Like they'll
I
be
would
like,
love
can
for
you
it
go
to actually
soft
matter,
or hard?
and
It'll matter a little,
sometimes
I feel like, but we'll see. It looks like it could be very interesting, but
I'm
obviously
hopeful for it.
I'm
very
hopeful
far
for it too.
away.
I'm hopeful for it as well, Mike.
Like,
I'm
I
with
like
you on that.
the steampunk
Yeah.
aspect to it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, once again, this is a genre, like a type of game that like we've gotten a few releases in, but it's never quite delivered the promise of it. I feel like, kind of
Yeah.
like I meant, like with
Gotcha.
like the space games too. So I'm interested. I don't know if it's going to be good, but it could be.
Yeah.
Looks interesting. To me.
Persona 4 remake announced. Not surprising.
No.
I think we
it's the
called that.
weakest fucking trailer. Like
Yeah.
I was just like,
Not surprised.
it was like 10 seconds of footage. Like, why did you even fucking bother? Like, I don't know. It seems weird. And again, I knew it because like I wanted Persona 6, but I felt like I said last week, I was like, I feel like they're just giving us Persona remake. So
Yep.
Whatever.
Game Freak's Beast of Reincarnation. I thought this looked awesome. I'm looking forward to
What the
this.
hell is that?
I think it looked awesome.
That was like.
I hope it's good.
No. I mean, no. I'm not disagreeing, but it's just funny because it's like Game Freak. What the fuck?
Yeah, the Pokemon company. A little different than what they normally do, but coming 2026, post-apocalyptic Japan. Players will explore what it means to be human in expansive one-person, one-dog action RPG, built around demanding technical combat. So it is a Souls-esque kind of probably style game.
Souls-esque. I really doubt they do that. I think it's just going to be an action thing, like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, that kind of.
Man,
I would be surprised if it was Soulsborne.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be as hard as that game, but I do believe they'll have that in the ilk of it. That's what I'm saying, esque. But, my thought. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 reveal.
What
was
was
That
this,
was
man?
the shittiest way to end the fucking show. That's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
like-
I thought it was so fucking stupid. Like Phil Spencer running his mouth. First of all, hold on, real quick. I got to rant a little bit because I cannot believe that in 2025, Microsoft still sends up their fucking executives who fire people year over year, and we're just weeks away from the next, guarantee it, mark my words, the next announcement of layoffs. Just weeks away. It always happens around July. They still parade the fucking executives on here with pre-recorded footage like I give a shit about Phil Spencer or Sarah Bond or Matt Booty and what the fuck they have to say. And they're like, oh, and we have more Xbox players than ever before. So thank you. Shut the fuck up and just show us the goddamn game. But
I just skipped
them
through
to
it.
be like, Phil,
Skip through it.
for Phil to be like, and lastly, we have one last thing to show you. And it's like, oh, maybe you'll show us Fable. Maybe show us Everwild. Maybe you'll show us a new fucking game.
Perfect Dark. Yeah.
Perfect Dark, right? Or a completely new game that, we didn't know about until today. No, what do you show us? A fucking Call of Duty game, which we know is happening, which we know we're getting every fucking year. It's like, wow, holy shit.
Yeah.
So,
Bravo.
Well, you spend
to be
$70
fair-
billion, you gotta show off the product.
Yeah. To be
Show it
fair,
off.
they
You
made
don't
it-
act like it's a show closer.
Yeah, it's weird, but it looked interesting, and also it's another Black Ops, and Black Ops 6 campaign was pleasantly surprising to me as good. So at
I
least
did hear
this,
that one was
and this will be on Game Pass too. So it'll be something to see. Like, but it wasn't. It should not have been there as like the one more thing. That was.
I mean,
it's just not
they
interesting enough.
teased, and I skipped over the fact that because they revealed some handheld hardware, the ROG Ally, which was shown as well, and then during that they teased the Hollow Knight Silksong, will be releasing when the system comes out for it, which is in October, I believe, right? So we have kind of a date for Silksong, I think, a roundabout area.
The phrase
it
that was
was releasing?
stupid, like Microsoft usually does. It will be playable on the Ally this year when it launches.
When it launches, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't
that's what
think
that
they
means.
confirmed it was going to be at
I thought it
launch.
was October, but it'll be playable this
Well,
year. You're right.
No,
the console will launch,
be.
but doesn't mean Silksong will be out.
Got it.
Right,
Got it.
exactly. Remember the whole. It's only these 4 games, guys. We swear, we mean it. Which, by the way, how many games a day were exclusive?
Well, they're licensing out their Xbox name now because they didn't make the Ally. They're doing everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 0. That's
I don't care about
fat
exclusives.
0
Listen,
exclusives.
I don't care. I give.
I didn't
two
say you care. I didn't say
shits
you care.
about exclusives.
Mike was the one that's saying there's
I've
still
moved
going to be
on.
Xbox exclusives. Corey was the one that's like, no
I said there
more
were
Xbox
timed
exclusives.
exclusives, but it kind of doesn't matter at this
It's
point
gone,
because
Mike. It's over.
they have the Game Pass version, so they're all going
What
to
was
be played
timed
on
exclusive
Xbox
today?
anyway.
What was timed exclusive?
There was like hardly any like Xbox games anyway.
Oh, you're saying like Gears and stuff like that, but like Reload is coming right away.
Like half the show was Xbox Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, new Xbox Studios.
And when they say play anywhere,
Is that
which I
far?
like, everything's going to have cross play. Everything's going to have cross progression, which is awesome. So you can take your games and play whatever you want. I think it's great. Look at third party Microsoft. I have no problem with it. I think it's fine. I got no problem with it. Embrace what they are, but give us games. And I think this show, while not all these games sung to me, I think it's a lot of games at least. Give them some credit.
Oh yeah, and they did they talked to the Tony Hawk thing. with,
Tony Hawk. That's
Michelangelo in
right.
it.
Tony Hawk. Yep.
It's coming soon. Yeah.
No,
There's
and-
a Pokemon game. What was it called? The Pokemon
Oh,
looking
the
one.
Animo, or whatever it is, Animo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, that was
But
weird.
I like the ROG system, the Asus ROG Ally. I think that's a cool idea for a handheld. I'm sure that's gonna be like $1,000, but I think it's a cool idea.
I just don't see it being better than Steam.
Well,
I
it's
don't
gonna
know.
be more
Just-
powerful. It's gonna be more powerful. It's just like, does that
I
translate?
mean, the ROG that's currently out is more powerful,
Yeah,
and
does
it
that
dies
translate
in
to
like
sales?
half an hour.
It's just a rebrand of the existing.
Well, that's the thing.
ROG.
Like, it's got better controls and it's integrated with Windows. I think Windows 11 now it runs, so it can actually be more of a PC than the ROG is. The ROG's an Android platform. I thought. Am I wrong? I thought it was an Android, a Linux platform.
Yeah, they're on
Yeah,
Yep.
this will be a Windows
like,
11
well,
platform.
Sure.
So Steam Store will be on there. Epic Store will be on there. It'll be able to run all kinds of games.
It's
Hang on.
they have more of a way to make it optimized for that.
Mhm.
It's like with Android phones. Like Android phones has to think about every operating system possible that people are going to throw on them, where Apple phones are going to be more optimized for the hardware and the software. Same with the Steam Deck. Steam Deck is going to be optimizing things way better than a ROG Ally is, just due to the fact that they have to consider so much more that's going on. Now they have to consider Steam, they have to consider Xbox, they have to consider any other platform that they want to put on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I just
The ROG's like what, $700, right? $800.
the ROG's
800,
700.
I think.
Or is it 800? I don't know. I think it's
It's
700.
high. I mean,
I
it was
expect
more
this-
expensive than the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck was like $600.
I fully
For
expect
$700.
the base version of this to be $799 and the upper grade one to be $999, $999. So it's like it's going to be out of price range for a lot of people, but it looks nice. It's a cool little piece of hardware. It really makes me really wish that Steam would just update their system, but I know they won't yet. Until battery technology gets better, they're not doing shit, and that sucks. But yeah,
650.
650 is what
Okay.
that is now. Okay, so maybe it is going to be cheaper. Maybe it'll be maybe it'll be 800 for the max then, the maxed out version, which is still a lot.
Yeah, you think so?
But yeah, maybe. But again, you're gonna get
Well,
like what are you gonna get, a
hopefully-
half an hour battery life, like you said? Like the battery technology is just not there for it. So
Yeah. I
um,
don't know who it's for right now.
yeah,
We
that's
talked
where-
about this before.
That's
It's like,
where it is. Who's it for?
what
Who's
are
it
they doing with this?
Yeah.
Xbox is gonna make a handheld. Everybody, we heard the rumors, but it was like, why?
Yeah.
Who's the market?
That's it. I mean, you're gonna be into the upper PC area, but like those gamers, I think, play on their PC more than they do on a handheld.
Was it like, hey, Switch 2 just came out. People are excited about handheld devices, and let's show off one that's coming for Xbox. Is that what they're thinking, or is it the opposite reaction people are gonna have, where it's like, why would I ever get this when I have a Switch 2 coming? I can get a Switch 2 for $500, or this thing for like $750.
Yeah. We'll see.
And plus, all the good games that I want to play that Microsoft's going to release is going to be on Switch 2 anyway. So
Yep. That's what I like. Play anywhere is big for me because I can play anywhere, and I'm playing.
It just feels like a half-ass measure because it's not actually Microsoft creating it. It's we went to a third-party manufacturer and did some
absolutely
weird collab so they could put the Xbox logo on a button on it.
I think for me is like,
and unfortunately, this is the future. This is the mark my words. This is the future of
This
Xbox.
is an Xbox.
Yes,
this is an Xbox.
This is the future of
100%.
Xbox hardware. Like that's what it will be. 100%.
100%. I completely agree with you. But I'm happy to embrace the fact that they're a third-party company now. The way Sega went, that's still making they're still making hardware, I guess. But I'm totally fine with this because I can play my Xbox cloud gaming stuff at work. I can put it on a TV anywhere I want to go. If I have free time, I can bust it out and play it wherever I'm at because I have Amazon and I can just stream it to my Amazon stuff, usually Fire Sticks, and that's everywhere. They're a lot smaller to bring with me than a handheld that lasts only 30 minutes. So if I go to a hotel, bring a little Fire Stick with me. And I can bring my controller and I can game in the hotel room. So it's a good feature to have. I love the cloud stuff. It may not translate to Doom all the time, but it does translate to most games. So overall, guys, I think for me, the State of Play was a great show. I thought that was a good one for me. I'm excited for a lot of games coming there. I think I agree with you. I don't agree with your Xbox shit show. I do think they had a good showing for what they're bringing, a lot of games, but Sony, I think, had the best showing this last week of things in terms of what's coming. Even though it's not all exclusives, it gave us a good show. Good show.
It's just when I think about it, I'm not saying any of these games are bad per se, but like we're at the tail end of the generation, right? It's been over 5 years.
We're in the middle.
5?
It's 4 or 5 years in.
Okay, I guess if it's a 10-year cycle, sure, we're in the middle of it.
I wouldn't call it the tail end if we're like in like the I don't know. You think of like a 7-8 year cycle.
It's 2 years
generation.
left. We're in the tail end.
2 years. What do you define as tail end? We're past the halfway point.
This is
that's not
third.
the tail end. It's the middle.
The last third.
Not to mention, if you remember, we couldn't get
Where's
these
your
systems for the
math?
first year they were out.
It's
if
the
you're
last
in
third.
5 out of 8, you're not at the tail end.
It's not
We're towards the end, though.
Whatever.
We're on the other side of
Thank you.
the
Thank
beginning.
you.
Not the tail end, but
Thank
we're
you, political
near the
Corey.
end, whatever that is. Mid end, I guess.
Mid end.
But you just look at that and you look at all the games that they promised at the beginning, even before the generation started, and they're still not here, right?
No.
Or you look at the games that they touted, Halo Infinite, and it was the complete flub. Where's Perfect Dark? Where's Fable? Where's everyone? All those things they showed off before fucking this thing was shown.
And the thing is, they had a hit with Halo. People were loving it. They were excited, and then they just dropped the ball.
They absolutely dropped it.
And,
very
and meanwhile, all these other games, like, sure, they're great and all, but like again, these are studios they just bought with money. It's not like you look at 343, and that's a studio they built from the ground up for this.
For Halo.
And they made one thing that had an great multiplayer launch, and then just fucking died. Like, I'm sorry.
Gears of War studio. What did they do this generation?
Nothing.
What did the Coalition
Nothing.
do? Oh,
Yeah.
Nothing. Where's Perfect Dark? Where is it?
No idea. Where's Fable?
Where? Where's Fable? I mean, how many years ago did they announce that?
Fable?
Right? And again, no Obsidian or no fucking we saw it. No fucking Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls, we just had the 7th anniversary of its teaser. 7 years.
They had online. Elder Scrolls
7
online.
fucking years.
Yeah. They showed Elder Scrolls Online stuff.
They did.
but-
Yeah.
This
I mean,
company
no,
is a
they
net.
did the Oblivion. Hey, listen, man. Everything's a Game Pass system, and that's what it matters to them. So that's what it is. And the Game Pass is great right now.
That'll be a big thing for them.
Hopefully it is. I think they have a good base for it.
I can't wait for another month when they announce more layoffs and a price increase for Game Pass. Because
we didn't mention solo leveling also.
Oh, solo leveling. All right, solo leveling. Yeah. So, yeah, everything else I did skip through a few of the games. I probably skipped over that one.
There's just so much, and 90% of it doesn't matter.
So,
yeah.
All right.
Lots of soul-likes, lots of generic looking action
lots of
games.
action shooters that are all looking to blend together. Either they're hard or they're lighthearted, comedic.
One thing I really didn't like about Games Fest was how Jeff really was spitting the whole indie devs made by 1 or 2 people, and it's like, okay, those were the leads, but there's still a lot of people that worked on this game. There's a lot of contractors that worked on this game, and it's just rubbed me the wrong way that just it's like you're shitting on AAA now. Okay, it's weird when your best butt buddies with fucking Kojima, who has teams of hundreds at this point making his games.
Yeah.
But go off, Jeff. You know, you do you.
Yeah.
And your biggest game that you showed off was a Resident Evil game.
Resident Evil, which is again hundreds of people working on the game. So it's like, I don't know. He just always finds a way to fucking just say stupid shit. But whatever, that's Jeff.
He does. All right.
Overall,
But you gotta give him credit
week.
though. He's kept video games and get video game shows going while like EAs of the world.
He's a gamer. He's a game fan. He just
no, I appreciate that though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I appreciate that the Game Awards is a thing. I appreciate that he's got the Game Fest.
I think we could live without Summer Game Fest. I think everybody should just be doing their own show, like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo already do. It's just third parties besides them. It's like, okay.
Tough.
Like, I mean, Konami's doing one in 2 days.
Yeah, but
Konami.
it's tough for the smaller companies.
Konami is doing their own show.
They retired from video games.
It's interesting. Like, do we have all these things because of Summer Game Fest? Are they all around that, or is it just, them just doing their own thing? I know the IO one was. I did watch most of that, and it was a little iffy.
Yeah,
it's like, do you guys need to be doing this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good for the smaller indie devs. Absolutely,
absolutely. That's why you need a voice.
That's
for that.
great.
Yeah,
right. But for them to partner, like, it just it kind of feels weird when it's like Square Enix and Capcom and Sega. It's just like
Bandai
you
Namco.
guys should be having enough content to run your own shows.
Bandai Namco is huge, so it's like there's no reason for that. I get you, but there's smaller companies. I absolutely understand why they're
that's fine
for this. Yeah. All right, let's go wrap up the Gamecast, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, we're live on Twitch Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. Please stay tuned for the movie cast coming up next. If you can't watch these live broadcasts, we're over on YouTube, though. So if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to give us a subscribe and a like. We'll see you guys in the movie cast. We are out.